Movie night, back with another Classic. I'm your host, Easy. Welcome to Car Language. And you see the caption, should you put the cheapest coilovers on a CL500? Absolutely. Let me get that out the way real quick. I was looking on eBay and I just looked and I saw the first coilovers, and I remember looking at I'm not gonna mention any names, but I've seen a lot. You know, they got a company out there that specifically focuses on struts. And I was looking at them, I was like 12, 13. I'm like, that's not bad. But I just kept thinking the struts that I put on the Jaguar were like $700, and I thought that was kind of steep for struts. And then it took away from the ride. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't smooth anymore. And this is a luxury car, Jaguar XJ, you know, the XJ, the big boy joint. So anywho, I was just like, you know me, I'll sell a car, I'll pop up with another car. So I just don't want to stock cars on top of cars. So I'm through with, like, I really don't want to spend a lot of money on these coilovers. So I go into eBay without doing research. I seen, you know, again, in my head, I'm thinking 1200. So I seen 850, I think, something like that. 840 after taxes and everything was 860. So Godspeed coilovers RS. This is like the lowest end. After that is like something else. But if you look at Godspeed coilovers, RS is gonna be like the first, like the lowest level. You know, the cheaper ones. I was a bit skeptical, and I started doing some, you know, looking at the reviews, and it said, you know, I seen a couple of people that was like, oh, you know, I wish I would have deleted my ABC suspension a long time ago, and I wish I would have bought these a long time ago. A ride is, if not the same, just as good. And I'm like, they're capping, they're super lying, like they're just bigging up the coilovers for what they are, just because they paid fairly cheap, you know. And side note, these coilovers do not come with the bypass module. The one I bought, I was trying my best to be as cheap as hell with them. But look at it. Look at the way it came out. I'm trying my best not to spend a lot of money, because I know these things could get very expensive when it comes to fixing. Obviously, we still got a bunch of issues. I got the cloth because I just finished wiping it down. It was real dusty. But yeah, cheap, $850. I think that's cheap. That's super good. They didn't come with the caps to the hydraulic system. They didn't come with the bypass module. I got a video coming up after this of me installing them, just in case you're wondering how. And one thing that I didn't like was the bolt to adjust the ride feel from soft to hard sticks out. So I gotta cut a hole around it and on the cover to put this on. So those are like the flaws. But as far as the ride, and let me get into what you get when you buy these cheap Godspeeds. So you get the screw. I think that might be standard. Like if it has this option, especially if it's gonna have the option to chamber it. These don't chamber. These just up and down and soft and hard to ride. That's it. And I guess that's why they're cheaper. But I guess the next level up would be that. It would be like $1,500, and you'll be able to do all of that. You'll be able to adjust the suspension however you want. But I was curious, so I finished the work last night. It took me all day to do that. And if you want me to do it for you, you live in the Georgia area, email me. I will do it. But let me tell you, it's going to be $250 a corner. That's pretty much what a dealer or a mechanic is going to charge you. It's $200, like the average mechanic, but then it's $140 somebody somewhat official. So I'm going to assume it's going to be like 2 hours per corner. I'm charging that, and I could do it. I did a great job. You guys will see the video, but I was actually astonished of how the car drives. Smooth as hell. I even told my daughter, she's only 11, but you know, kids will tell you the truth. I was like, it's smooth, right? She was like, yeah, it's super smooth. I wasn't expecting that. And you know, tires, the front tires are good, but the rear tires are shot pretty much. This one is decent, but the other one is pretty much bald. They look like a slick. But we're getting close. Again, I keep asking for help. For anybody in the comments, help me out. Let me know what's going on. I keep hearing that the issue with the windows is a cable on the doors. We're gonna check that out. We got it open already, but Yo, the reason why I went so cheap is because this car, I bought it for $2,000. So if I could get the whole thing up and running for less than $5,000, I feel like I won, to be honest. The car looks really good. I really want to jump out the window with some wheels that I've been looking at. But I'm going to try to find like the stock bigger ones. I really want those. I want that stock look. But I love this car. Lot of electrical issues, but thank God we took care of the suspension. We don't have to worry about that no more. The reason why it looked like is because it's on a slope. That's why it looks like it's on a slant. But it's not the coilovers. I leveled it pretty good. I did a real good job actually leveling. It might be a couple of like millimeters off, but it looks level. It looks like there's nothing wrong with it. I love that. Suspension brings this car back to life. And I was gonna do struts, but I know about struts. Like, I'm traumatized from when I put struts on a Jaguar. It was a super harsh ride. It was smooth when it was running on flat surface, no bumps, cool. But when you hit a bump, like going just over those flat train rails, that kind of flow with the pavement, you felt it. So I was like, nah, we're not doing struts no more. I definitely stand by coilovers, do coilovers. It wasn't that I was in denial or I was, it was because I knew struts. I didn't know coilovers, but I would definitely, like, if I was to put coilovers on a Camaro, I'm going super hard. I'm looking for something 2, 3. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna try to save some money, but I won't think of it as much because it's a Camaro. It deserves, it's a performance car. It deserves something official. But something like this, where you could, whenever you're bored or you run into a little issue where you want extra money, let me sell this real quick. I didn't put much into it. I'm doing Godspeed. I'm saying, so I definitely stand by them. If you want them, like I say, it's gonna be a little work, and I'm gonna assume since you're going with coilovers, this is the issue. And my theory is it was an open box because they were beat up, not too beat up, but they looked like they were beat up. They were hit everywhere. I'm gonna assume that they took them back because they stuck out like that. Maybe they have somewhere, I don't know, you could probably stash that, maybe take the bolt off, adjust it, then take the bolt. I don't know. We need to look into that. Maybe you could do that. But I'm super excited. I'm super happy that I didn't pay the $12,000. I saved myself a lot of money. And then you look through YouTube videos, and I found out that you could just take off the fuses, and you'll pretty much turn off the whole ABC suspension light off. It comes on, but I could click it off. Before I couldn't do that. Before I took the fuses off. So, side note, when you see that video, I think I didn't mention that, but super excited with the car. I can't wait to get the wheels. Now I could get any size wheels with the coilovers. Had I got some struts, I would have been at a plateau where I wouldn't have been able to put bigger wheels, or maybe like certain wheels. Now I can put bigger wheels because I could raise the car, I could lower the car. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely recommend cheap coilovers. They feel official. They look good. And I'm super excited about this project. I'm going to keep going. This is one of them projects where I think it's going to last. Unless somebody want to give me $5,000 right now. Having said that, we driving with the low-end coilovers. These are like the cheaper ones. Let me tell you, like you buy a Benz because you buy a Benz for comfort, luxury, the experience of luxury to experience luxury. Drive smooth, whatever. You're looking for upper echelon, status, and a Benz gives you that. Now, when you start having issues with ABC, suspension, it starts getting annoying. You start getting worrisome. It's expensive, yada, yada, yada. So I'm here to tell you that coilovers is going to be the best decision you ever make. This has got to be by far the best decision I've ever made. Like, I really wanted to experience the Mercedes for what it is. But honestly, like, just driving through twigs, bumps, let me see. Yeah, it's super smooth. The air ride, so I'm assuming there's like air compressed in the shocks. That's how that works. So it definitely feels comfortable. Like, I like to think that I'm still getting the Mercedes experience, the S-Class experience, the CL-Class experience. I think I am. And yeah, I'm super psyched on how comfortable the car drives. It drives exceptionally well. Like, struts definitely don't feel like this. And this is why I'm stressing, yo, get coilovers. I can only imagine what would happen if, you really spend some top dollar on some real good. And I'm not saying that Godspeed is not good quality, but the recommendation for coilovers to this car are not Godspeed. I have yet to see like a Godspeed coilover review on this car. And like I said, exceptionally smooth as hell. I love the way this car drives, especially with the coilover. Oh man, when I bought it and it was slammed to the bottom, that was the worst. And even still, like, you still felt comfortable. So obviously, the hydraulic system is amazing, but I recommend this. I don't recommend buying an open box, but I definitely recommend the Godspeed coilovers. These things are working. This car is tough, by the way, super tough. I'm not gonna spend too much time on this review because I don't have a plate, so I don't want to get pulled over. Car does have insurance though. We don't ride like that. But I can't wait for Monday. We're gonna put some plates on here, and even if I can't fix the issues that the car does have, I'm gonna do my best because I've always wanted this car. I love this car, and again, with it riding the way it is right now, I'm definitely looking forward to driving this car, making this my daily. I don't know. I don't know. The whole daily thing, I don't have a car just to say. I don't believe in that. But yo, this car is dope. Like, it feels floaty. Like I said, I'm gonna assume the hydraulic suspension is dumb floaty. But this right here, it's exceptionally great. I'm very happy, super excited that I bought these coilovers, and I definitely recommend them, and you should too, because the reality of it is this car is cheap and you don't want to spend too much money, because stuff is going to stay happening. On that note, stay tuned, more content coming soon. Car Language.